Good evening. I'm going to tell a story that comes from a 27-year personal project I've been working on, a project of healing, of study, and of writing. The topic of dreaming comes into it on two levels. Number one, we all from time to time are confronted with extreme, terrible pain, be it physical or emotional, and we have to dream up a way to go through it, to go beyond it. I call this dreaming of health. Number two, I'm going to tell you a story about tripping. And tripping has always seemed, to me at least, to be a way to be, in a sense, asleep and awake at the same time, a way to dream with open eyes. So I was born a long time ago to a couple of very nice, young, creative, intellectual, academic people. Loving, everything was very, very good in my life for the first 4 years. And then my parents had an extremely terrible divorce. And it felt like a bomb had hit my family and just destroyed everything that I saw around me, my entire world. The two people that I loved and that I trusted most in the world were trying to destroy each other. They had each other by the throat, in a sense, and were trying to wreck each other's lives. As I grew older, the pain grew with me. I saw other people around me having pain as well, and that helped to relativize the experience. But it didn't help to deal with the fact that I had this core of pain inside me, unresolved trauma. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't do anything with it. When I was 17, I came rather close to killing myself. After that episode was over, I was back in my school. I went into the library, and I read about something called ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, which literally means vine of the soul, vine of the dead, vine of the spirits. And it's a psychedelic healing potion that the natives of the Amazon jungle use. One of the mysteries of ayahuasca is how they could have figured it out hundreds or thousands of years ago, that out of the thousands of plants in the rainforest, if you take this vine from over here and combine it with these leaves from over here and boil it together for 6 hours, you get something that tastes incredibly, incredibly bad and makes you throw up and makes you see visions. And maybe, if you're lucky and you work at it, it might help you become healthier. So, at the time, a bell went off in my head, and I thought, this is my medicine. I think this could heal me. I think this could help me. At the time, it seemed incredibly far away because I was in Michigan. A few more years passed. I was in college. I was reading and writing. I was studying literature, reading and writing everything I could. I developed chronic back pain. And so every time I was awake, I felt like a turkey fork was stuck in my back with one tine on either side of the spine. I felt that this was somehow connected with the trauma I had suffered, but again, it was impossible to get rid of it. So by the time I finished college, I had come up with a plan that seemed frankly crazy and super bad to my parents, which is I'm going to go to Mexico, hang out with indigenous people, finish getting fluent in Spanish, and then fly to Ecuador, go into the rainforest, meet a medicine man or shaman who could take me on as a patient and possibly as a student. And I would write everything down. And when I was done with this, I could make a book out of it, hopefully. So, again, after a lot of opposition from my parents, I went ahead and began this process. I'm going to talk about the third time that I drank ayahuasca with my teacher. Now, to get to my teacher's place from here, you would need to fly to Miami, and from Miami, fly to Quito, the capital of Ecuador, which is on the left side of South America, up in the Andes Mountains. And from Quito, take an 8-hour bus ride down into the jungle, and from there, take another 2-hour bus ride to the river. And once you're at the river, you need to get in a dugout canoe with a motorboat engine on the back and go 2.5 hours down the snaky river to where my teacher was living at the time. 1994, when the story takes place, my teacher was living in a rather big hut, about a meter off the ground. The floorboards were no walls, so that the breeze could pass by, let everything stay cool. A big palm thatched roof to keep the rain off. No other neighbors around, very close, just the river and the jungle all around. Closest neighbors were about a quarter mile upriver. The second time I drank with him, I held back a little bit because he had offered me a second cup of ayahuasca, and I wasn't sure I wanted it. He said to me afterwards, if you're going to do this, you really have to do it very seriously. And they see it as being something like going to college, which is something that a lot of us know about. You can't just sit through 15 minutes of one class and then go home. If you're going to do it, you really need to do it. So I went into the third ceremony with that in mind. I wanted to come into it with the diligence that's expected of an apprentice in this tradition. About an hour after nightfall, about nine people were bedding down in the other part of the hut down there. 7 members of my teacher's family and 2 neighbors who happened to be spending the night. Over here in the ayahuasca drinker section of the hut was my teacher, Joaquin, his friend Lázaro, and me. We were in 2 hammocks. The 2 of them were sharing one hammock. I was in another. This particular tribe makes the best hammocks of that area. Really big, comfortable hammocks, which is important for something that you'll understand later on. All around us, the ever-changing soundscape of the Amazon jungle, hundreds of different species of insects and birds and all kinds of things that you can imagine. Crickets, cicadas. A friend of mine counted 109 species of crickets in that area, each with a slightly different song that it plays with its wings. So it's always a little bit different, always changing. Very peaceful, very quiet. Lázaro sits up, pours a cup of ayahuasca for himself. And we've been fasting all day, by the way. You can't do this on a full stomach. You're going to be vomiting, and so you want to be completely empty inside. Lázaro, and we had just a cup of coffee in the morning. No food or water after that. Lázaro sings over the cup of ayahuasca. Very, very seriously. Takes a long time. Makes me think of a priest consecrating a sacrament. He drinks it down. He pours another praise and gives it to Joaquin. Pours another praise and gives it to me. At this point, the moment of truth, I'm here with the cup of ayahuasca. Just began to drink it. Oh my God. Ah. You can't drink it with a smile on your face. You shiver, you tremble because it's that bad. Struggle to get to the bottom of that cup. Ah. Very thick. Give it back. Thank you. 45 minutes past, the ayahuasca takes effect for those guys, not for me. So the 2 of them are singing different songs at the same time in their hammock over there. From time to time, one of them breaks off singing to mimic a howler monkey or a jaguar. So it's at about the 1 hour mark, Lázaro sits up, pours himself another cup, says to me, "Do you want one?" I said, "Yes, please." Normally now, so I drank that one too. Normally I'm at the upper limit. Maybe somebody might sometime drink 3 cups. Another hour passes, I'm still not feeling anything. Lázaro sits up, takes a third for himself, pours a third for me. Drink it down. I'm beyond caring how it tastes now. Another hour passes, I'm still not feeling it. Lázaro has a fourth, gives me a fourth. At that point, I begin to feel it. First thing that happens is a really strong vibration. I'm shivering. It's cold. I'm trembling, shaking in the hammock, wobbling this part of the hut because the hammock's hanging from the roof beams. Everything's shivering a little bit around me, like this. Next thing that happens, that passes, and the vision begins. There's a group of cicadas singing over here, and the sound transforms into an image, into a picture, into a pattern. This is something that happens when you trip, usually. It's called synesthesia. A sound can transform into an image. And what I'm seeing here is a very beautiful Persian carpet design in pale blue. Each detail in this design refers to some element of that sound I'm hearing. And it seems very clear that the cicadas are saying something. They're communicating something. But I can't tell what it is. And I'm seeing something that looks like a text, but I don't know what I'm reading. That goes away, I begin to sing. Glossolalia, speaking in tongues, I recommend it. It's very nice. Just pour out any sound at all. Sing. You're born with a voice. Use it. It's good for you. Sing, and then, the pain comes on. Poof, the pain. and then the pain goes away and I'm singing again. And then the pain comes down again, like that, like a punch in the stomach. And then back, okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm singing, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And the shamans are singing next to me, and with their sound, without telling me so in words, they're saying to me, you're doing fine. We've been there too. And I keep singing and singing and singing. And then the pain comes down, boom, stronger now. And quicker, boom, and it's quicker and stronger. And it seems to me this is the same rhythm as when a woman is going to give birth. It comes down sooner and stronger and sooner and stronger, and it ramps up and it ramps up and it ramps up. And when I look down here, I see the ayahuasca as a blue boa in my stomach, writhing around. And when it writhes around, it kicks me out like this, and I'm writhing into the hammock, screaming in pain, screaming, and I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm singing. And then the pain ramps up and ramps up and ramps up. And finally it gets so strong that I'm just flailing around there in the hammock. It's so extreme. And this is when I realized what a good tool the hammock is for doing this kind of work. Because anywhere else you could be injuring yourself, but in the hammock, you can't hurt yourself. It would be like trying to stab yourself with a ripe banana. You can't hurt yourself that way. So I'm flailing around in the hammock, screaming with the most intense pain possible. And then it gets more and more and more. I can't believe it's possible for a human to feel so much pain. And finally, it gets so high, and I turn over and I vomit on the floor, as my teacher instructed me to do. And by the way, don't go walking around at this time, he told me. Stay right where you are. You're going to live in that hammock until the morning. Turn over, vomit on the floor, and at that moment, the strongest pain that it's possible to imagine converted into the strongest possible joy. Way, way more joy than I ever imagined it was possible for a human to feel. Ecstasy, victory, health. And I'm roaring at the top of my lungs and listening to the roars echo off the other side of the river. And I'm pounding on the hut like it's a giant drum. Boom, boom, boom. And turn over on my back again, lay back and sing, and fall silent. Listen to the night, the insects, the crickets, the cicadas, the night birds, the frogs peeping in the trees. Lassiter sits up and says, has another cup, says, do you want one? I said, yes, please. So that was the first half of the night. I believe I had about 9 cups that night. In the morning, I just felt really good. We all felt very, very nice, calm, peaceful, clean, strong, flexible. That was the end of my back pain. The ayahuasca just shook it out of me that night. 2 messages that the ayahuasca seemed to be telling me. Sometimes the ayahuasca will sort of choose a message to kind of communicate to you. And I'll relay them to you. Number 1, this rhythm of pleasure and pain is life itself. There is no pleasure without pain. There's no pain without pleasure. It's all going to keep on happening this way. This is the wave motion of the universe. Number 2, that sensation that I felt of the strongest possible pain imaginable converting suddenly into the strongest possible joy imaginable, the ayahuasca seemed to be telling me is what happens at the moment of death. And the stronger the pain we feel leading up to death, the stronger the ecstasy and the bliss we feel after the moment of death. I will wonder for the rest of my life if this was true. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find out. But I pass it along to you. Perhaps that's an idea worth spreading. Now my story is a small part of your story. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever your dream of health is, keep dreaming. I believe it will come true. Thank you.